Hey guys, what's happening? Been a year since I started this poly journey, so I wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on and start a new feature here that I'm going to do. I did post a video of one of the trails that I had done recently, and it's a new type of video that I'm probably going to do to help me out with editing while I'm learning editing and that, so it won't be quite as tedious for me. I'm going to go with something where there's not quite as much talking on it so that I can make it a little bit easier for those videos. So with this series of videos, I'm going to basically do like kind of poly journal for you, and also different things I've learned in poly from experiences and that, so that I can share it with you guys. This one probably be more of like going through like my history of this first year, and maybe another video, maybe I'll do something where what you can expect like in your first year in poly. Of course, everybody's thing is different, but I can give you at least like a few things that might be a little more common in first years. So this first year in poly has been very much a roller coaster ride. I'm definitely learning a lot from it. It's been very full of both bad and good. So it's definitely some experiences that I have to learn from, both what I enjoyed and what hurt, put it that way. So that's basically where I'm going to go at with this video, is just give you guys like what my experiences were and how I'm going about it right now today. All total, I have met, at least to date, more than just a friendship thing, like people I was interested in maybe as something more than just friends. And I have met 7 people this year. So this year I've met 8 people that I have interest in romantic relationships with. And so far, like right now, I only have one other partner besides my wife. I know it sounds kind of weird to say only one other for someone who's maybe monogamous to hear that. But for someone who's poly, it depends on where you're at. Some people like just one other partner. Some people can do more. I think the most I've heard or seen and talked to somebody about it, like in some of the groups, somebody has like 7 partners. I'm like, how could you do that? I couldn't do that. The most I got at one time was 4, and that was like really like cut off. Like I couldn't really do anything else. So yeah, that was enough for me. I couldn't imagine having 7 partners. So that being said, I have one partner that I'm with, like I said, other than my wife. So that means 7 people that didn't work out. I'll tell you a little bit about each one in this video. I don't want to do it too much because it would be a really long video, and the editing on this video would be crazy. Here's what my first year in poly was like. For all these people, I'm not using their real names. I'm going to give you fake names. So all these people, these are the people that I had some sort of interactions with, some longer than others. Some got more into romantic phases than others did. So some of them will be really brief because not too much happened. The first one I met, name's Tanya, and this one was somebody I met just like a few weeks after I started being poly. It was probably around this time last year that I met her, and everything started off great. Like we had great conversations. We talked for couple weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and everything was going great. And the way it ended was just crazy. So the one day after we had been talking for a while, she said that she wanted to like take our relationship to the next step, and she wanted us to be like boyfriend girlfriend kind of situation. It was kind of tough. This was something I learned from, in the fact that, one, it's like, okay, we haven't even met yet in person. Like we've chatted quite a bit online, but we had never met because she lived in Maine, I live in Connecticut, so it was quite a drive. I think she lived like 5 hours away from me, so we hadn't really even had a chance to meet. But our conversations went really well, and she wanted to be, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm like, awesome. Well, 2 hours after that conversation, I get a text message from her, just saying, hey, I know you're new in poly, which it was like brand spanking new, like barely a month into it at this point. And she just wanted to break up. I won't say all the reasons why she felt that way, but she just wanted to break up. And I'm like, okay. It's like, you just told me that you wanted to be boyfriend, girlfriend, and now you're breaking up with me. It's like, alrighty. So that was that one. That's basically how far that one went. And she blocked me and everything like that. So it was like, interesting. Okay. Kind of a way to be brought into poly. It's like my first experience, and it's this crazy kind of while I was talking with her, I started talking with somebody else. This person I had talked about in the last video, Sadie, is what we talked about, and had met her through another like group, poly group, and we had chatted. And thankfully, which was kind of cool, is that she actually lived in the Tampa Bay area, and which I lived at for like 27 years, so I know the area. And my wife and I go down there like all the time for, I should say not all the time, but like twice a year. We go down there for a festival down there. And so since we were coming down there for the festival, my wife said, hey, let's go down like a day early. You can spend time with Sadie and, have a good day with her. I'm like, awesome, that'd be great, because Sadie and I were just getting along like phenomenal, like having so much fun talking to each other. We were like kids. That's basically what it was. So I went down there and we had an awesome day. It was a great day to spend together. Really had a great time. The two of us, both of us did. And there was definitely a connection there. Afterwards, after getting back up here to Connecticut for the festival, from the festival, some things came up that really made it tough. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details, but some things really made it tough for us to continue with the relationship at that time. A lot of it had to do with my inexperience with some things, to where I had to I made the decision to end the romantic aspect of our relationship. We are still friends to this day. We still talk almost every day. We at least say good morning and good night every day. And we, in fact, just the other day, we had a good phone conversation for the first time in a long time. And that was really nice, just to hear her voice, because we're still like really good friends. And I'm hoping that we continue to be friends for a long time. While I was talking to Sadie, I met this another person, Helen, that this one was so far for me the most connection I've felt with any of the partners so far. We talked online for quite a while, mainly because the only reason why we didn't get to really meet up sooner was because I had the trip coming up to Florida and going to that, and then getting back to work and that. So it took a little while for us to really meet up. Our first date that we had, which was very interesting, is that she was in like community theater. So I went out to one of her shows as the first date. And it was really cool because it was kind of like in that aspect of, oh, great, like I'm going to be able to see her, what she's doing, what she likes to do, which was really great. She was a little bit like, oh man, you're going to be able to see me before I see you. And so she cheated a little bit in that she was backstage and she looked out in the crowd and she could see me in the crowd. But that was one of the funnier parts about that. And, I made sure, as well as theater-wise, I made sure I brought her some flowers for her. And so I made sure I brought some flowers for her. And we ended up going to a speakeasy in the town that we went on the date in. Now, I have never been to like a true like speakeasy before. This place was great. It was like a side entrance with like, the doorway was like a bookshelf, like a wall bookshelf, like a full bookshelf for a wall. And that's where the door was. You rang the doorbell and they opened up the door. It looked like it came right out of the bookshelf. It was really cool. Really nice place. Got to sit down. Like, of course, there's nice like old-fashioned like antique couches and stuff and everything like that. It was like big, huge living room with a bar. And I tell you, the conversation we had that night was great. Like, my dating experiences in the past have always been rough. Like, I'm not good at like carrying a conversation, like ice breaking and going conversation with somebody that I'm dating. This date was like really easy to talk to her. I don't know what it was, but we just found it so easy to talk to each other, and we actually like held hands in while we were sitting there. Just everything just was like perfect. It really was perfect. We spent quite a bit of time there at the speakeasy until like practically right before they were closing. Then I took her back to her car and had a kiss goodnight, everything like that. It was just like the perfect first date. It was amazing. We went on a few more really great dates. It was like the best probably set of dates that I've had in a long time, and really had a great time doing it. So unfortunately, that relationship ended mainly because of my, but I guess the best word is immaturity with dating and also poly, and didn't work out. She is now with another gentleman, and she has actually decided to be monogamous, which I'm very happy for her that she has found what she likes and what she wants to do with her life. She's definitely has a lot of things going for her right now, and I'm very happy for her that she has found some happiness. So in May, I met someone, her name is Adrian. We were talking for quite a while, and then around the middle of summer, maybe like early summer, we lost contact for a while. A lot of it was because of, again, around the same time that Helen and I broke up. It was because of some immaturity on my part, and something that was a learning experience for sure. We eventually started talking again, and I mean, it wasn't very long that we didn't talk, but we were talking again, and relationship took a little bit more of an upturn as far as where we wanted our relationship to be. But now it has, we have decided to just be friends for now. We still talk like every day, and definitely someone that I am very happy to have in my life. And I look forward to whatever our friendship brings to us in our future. Up until this point, other than Adrian, almost all of my, in fact, all of my partners that I had met were all like long distance. Helen at the time was the closest at 2 hours away. And I was really trying to meet some more like local people. So I did meet two different people in like September. One of them, call her Anna. And we had basically met because of familiarity with other people in the community, and we had started talking. We went on a couple dates. It got to a point though where she saw that she was getting to be saturated, polysaturated, which is for the newer people. Polysaturated is basically where you've taken on like so many relationships that you feel like you can't be a good partner for somebody that you're with at the time, and you feel like you can't really be there for those people, and you don't want to be neglectful of them and not give them the time that they deserve in your life. And so she had decided that that's where she was at, and since we had just met, she had decided that she didn't want to continue with our relationship. So we haven't really talked that much recently, but so she's had a little bit of a rough time, but I'm hoping that things work out for her. Around the same time, I met someone, Tina, who we met on OkCupid, and we basically pretty much just talked on like a separate chat app type thing. And she along the same lines in that same week, that Anna told me that she also did not really have the time to give me, because before her and I met, she had met a couple other people, and she decided that she was going to concentrate on those people that she was talking to. So within a week, I basically got let go because of not having the time for me. And the hardest part with those two was that they were both local to me. One of them lived like 15 minutes from where I live. The other one lived like maybe about 20 minutes from where I live. So not having anything happen with those two relationships kind of hurt because of, like I said, it's hard when the people are a couple hours away from you to really have like a consistent type relationship where you're able to see each other on a consistent basis, which does factor into a later relationship. That was really hard to go through, the fact that it was the same week and having two people both tell me that they didn't have the time for me. I met this next person because I was really going through rough times. It took me a while to get over the relationship with Helen, and then these other two, like I said, because of how quick they were, I was in like kind of a rough spot because I was really feeling like I wasn't meant to meet somebody new. So my wife actually posted in one of the groups and did like a little post about intro for me, and somebody responded to it, and we had started talking. Her name's Katrina, and it really, like, we met at like a place over near me. That's the way the timing had to work out, because some things she decided that she was going to come over to where I was at. She lives like 2 hours away from me, and we met up and everything went really great. So we decided to go further. It was around like mid-October that we met, and we hit it off and everything went great. She got me a nice dinner for my birthday and everything, got me flowers, and it was just really, really nice. I really enjoyed, in fact, you might be able to see, I don't know if it's blurry or not, but behind the figurines there's a card that's actually from her. That was really nice of her to give me. And things were going great. I really thought that we had something going. Like, I even thought that she was getting some stronger feelings for me. She had actually told me at one point that she had a dream that I had basically left her, or that I was leaving, and she hated that. And I was like, oh, you know, it's really cute. But just tell me that she does definitely have feelings for me, that she's concerned about losing me. Everything was going great. In mid-November, at my job, I got injured, and I had fractured my right elbow, and I'm still going through physical therapy for it now. But at that time, because of that injury, I couldn't really do too much or go anywhere. And then, of course, it was the holidays, and because of the fact that we had just met in October, she already had a lot of things planned for the holidays. So pretty much between the first week of December and the last week of December, we didn't see each other at all. Like, we talked, of course, but we didn't see each other at all. And it was rough because it kind of felt like we were losing a connection. And also at the time then, she had gotten sick. So even when we did meet, we really couldn't like be too close because of her getting over being sick. And so I was really concerned that we were going to like lose a connection there. Fast forward to, like, she had got me for Christmas, she had bought me, like, she got me tickets to hang out with her over where she lived, to go to a comedy show. We actually went to go see, we were going to go see Bobcat Goldthwait. And then she also had like a hotel room for us to spend the night and everything like that. It was really nice for her to do that for me. It was like, okay. And I tried to come up with some ideas, like, to try to get the connection back going again. She had mentioned that she was trying to come up with like traditional things that she wanted to do, you know, every, like, certain days of the year with different people. She wanted to come up with different traditions. And I had also said, like, hey, by the time next time we meet, by the time we got to the show, let's try to figure out, like, look at some ideas, that some things we can do together as like tradition, like start a traditional type thing. And we can, you know, share the ideas with each other and talk through it while we're at the hotel room or whatever, or at dinner. But the day of the show, like, literally just like 5 minutes before I was ready to go out the door, go see her, she sent me a text saying that she had decided that she didn't want to pursue a relationship anymore. Although the timing was, in my opinion, the timing was not great to tell me that, like, just as I'm ready to like head out to go see her. But there's some other factors with timing, as far as that I think possibly could have been a factor. So I don't, you know, I don't feel it was, I definitely believe that it wasn't, you know, intentional to do that. I don't think it was anything that was, harsh on her part or anything like that. The timing was just, it seemed like timing was off for us a little bit in those last couple months, or at least month and a half. And I decided I still wanted to go out and go to the show and just at least see her, because I didn't know when I was going to be able to see her again, because I am the type of person that I will be friends with people. Even if things don't work out romantically, I would still want to be friends. So I still wanted to go out. It was very hard. I definitely, like I said, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I definitely talked to her about how I was feeling, about how everything happened, went down, and when we had dinner. And then we went to the show, and it was a great show. Loved the show. And then we just went our separate ways. Like, she went home and I went home. Being in a poly relationship, deciding to be poly and not monogamous, like I said, you're going to have more great times, but you're also going to have more hurt. It's just evens out. You're going to have more times where you're hurting, and you're going to have more times where, you have like these great moments. And I try all the time to remember the great moments. With Helen, like I said, those were like the best dates that I feel like I'd ever been on. Those are things that I will always cherish. I'll always remember those dates that we had. With Katrina, I'll always remember like the first time I saw her, where we met at this local marketplace that has a bunch of restaurants. That's where we first met. To going out, like one of the last dates we had, we met at like a bar that was having a community type meetup, and there were some other things at the party that I will never, I'll always remember those things as well. Katrina was the first person that I had overnights with. Those are just things I will remember. So my next relationship that I'm with right now, her name is Rose. We met at a mutual friend's party and hit it off like right away. It was a really fun time. We had a great time together, meeting each other at that point, and we have really gotten a chance to spend some time with each other. We've actually met a little bit more than I have others. She lives about an hour north of me, just over the Massachusetts state line. So I get to see her a little bit more often than I did other partners. As of right now, we're still going at it. Things are really great. I just talked to her earlier today, and it's definitely like one of those relationships where I feel younger again, kind of along the lines of my relationship with Sadie. This one's definitely like around that kind of relationship. So definitely having fun, enjoying it, and I definitely look forward to wherever our relationship takes us. And that's where I'm at right now as far as my relationships go. So that being said, some of the things that I've learned are, one, whereas you want to communicate as much as possible with your partners, as far as like other partners you don't really want to talk to with each partner. You don't want to share as much. You want to share like positive experiences. It's just, make sure those experiences you're sharing are appropriate. Like I said, I'm very immature, almost to a point of ignorance as far as when it comes to like dating. I've never been good at it. Now it's like I'm really, once again, learning everything from scratch almost. So that was something I learned. I definitely learned about letting my insecurities affect my relationships. That's pretty much what happened, Helen and I, is that I let my insecurities factor into how I reacted with her in some instances. With Katrina, I think it was the prior thing. I think I might have shared a little too much about my other partners with her. And I think that was a factor. So those are definitely things that I learned. On the plus side, one of the things I have learned is that there are other people out there besides my wife who feel like they can romantically be in a relationship with me. I've only gotten to the point of someone telling me that they love me only a couple times, but at least I know that there are other people out there who feel like they're attracted to me in a romantic setting, which before my insecurities really felt like that wasn't the case. As far as like just general things with poly, I'll talk about that in a different video. to try to keep this one a little bit, not go too long. I'll put that in a separate video. But that's basically the main things I learned as far as for me personally that I've learned in the relationship. Also, like I said, keep communication with your other partners. Like if you're going somewhere with one partner, you know, you have a talk that you've had. In some cases, make sure, you know, some of the stuff that you know that you need to share, like when you're coming back, or, you know, different things. Communication. Yeah, communication is the biggest thing that I've learned. I will talk about that a little bit more in the general video. So that being said, folks, future videos are not going to be as long as this one, because I'm basically just going to be talking about what maybe has happened to me within the last like few days or a week, whatever time frame I have that I'm going to be putting up these videos. Unlike the last video, I don't really have a set time that I want to do. I just want to put up videos as things happen. It'll definitely be more frequent than once a year. It's, you know, I'm hoping at least 4 times a month to put out a video about it. I'm hoping for more than that, but that's the bare minimum that I'm hoping for. I definitely do want to put out videos as far as general poly, what you can expect, starting off with like something maybe a primary video for newcomers into poly as far as what they can expect, some of the terms, and things like that. So I'm looking forward to doing those videos. I also will be keeping up on my videos as far as going to local parks or trails, stuff like that. I'm hoping to get down into New York City, maybe start shooting some videos of just like walking different sections and just posting them. Those are some of the different things that I want to do. So I'm looking forward to the future videos, and I hope you get a chance to watch them.